Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nityanandam.
Akashic Readings. Does life exist on other planets? What is the truth of the Bermuda Triangle mystery? Can I find out about my past lives? The hallways of Kala Chakra hide many answers. Get answers to all these questions and more directly from the source, the Cosmic Archives. Cosmic Archives are the mystical records of all the events, words, thoughts, and actions that have ever happened in the cosmos. The time shaft can be rewound and fast-forwarded for answers that only a living incarnation can access. Now, for the first time, a living avatar who is the embodiment of the cosmos itself opens himself in a language that we can understand. Akashic Readings. Google the Cosmic Archives.
Nityanandam, Jnanapadhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Lakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn. Beyond form, formlessness is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion through bhava need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 face. Ishana Murti as 5 face. Vamadeva Murti as 5 face. Agora Murti has 5 face. Tatpurusha Murti has 5 face. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 face. Agora Murti has is 5 face. Vamadeva Murti has is 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made Science of Power Manifestation Yoga temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam and Nityananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. all is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akada. Then all other Akadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas are the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas are the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Powerful cognition from Living Advaita Satsang series.
Let me enter into the Upanishad. The prayerfulness does not mean you need to become powerless beggar in front of some supreme energy. See here, the 15th verse and 16th verse, Rishis were so humble. The Upanishadic Rishi is declaring, O Deva, O Pushan, please remove the veil and I need to experience you as you are. Such a deep prayerfulness, even in this verse. It is so clear. Prajabatya vyugarasmin samoga tejo yatte rupam kalyanadamam tatte vashyami. By your grace, let me have the divine vision of you. It's a deep prayer, but ultimately the Rishi knows he is not powerless. Just because he is praying, he is not separate from the whole. It is like when your right hand wants to do something, ask the support of your eyes to see and give information. For example, your right hand wants to carve a statue. It asks the support of your eyes, saying, "Oh eyes, please see and give me the information so that I can carve exactly as the statue is." Please understand, your own eyes, your own hands requesting something from your own eyes does not mean your hands are separate from your eyes. Rishis had the ultimate understanding. The hand may be praying to the eye, but both are from the same source and same. Both are activated, kept alive, brought to life by the same force from the same source. Pushaneka risheyama surya prajabatya vyuharasmin samoga tejo yatte rupam kalyanadamam datte pashyami yosavasau purushaha sohamasmi. Understand the beauty of the way Sanatana Hindu Dharma teaches prayer. There is no powerlessness, no place for powerlessness. Even when you pray, you are not separate. You are not separate from the source. You are not away from the source. Even when you are praying, remembering that I am He, I tell you, this one truth, the thought current, will be so useful for all of you. Please understand. Even when you pray, you should know you are not separate from the divine to whom you are praying. Even when you pray, you need to know you are not separate from the prayer to whom the prayer is offered. Listen. Who is praying and the prayer to whom prayer is offered, all the three are from the same source. I am trying to decode the inner space of the rishis and reproduce it in all of you. That will give you so much understanding about the concept of prayer in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. You don't pray to somebody who is far away. He may be further away or farther away, but not far away. Understand, there's a big difference between these two. The inner image you assume even while you are praying is not a lower inner image, a inauthentic identity. Even when you have not realized the oneness with the cosmos, even when you are practicing, doing sadhana, prayer to achieve the cosmic oneness, you are one with cosmos. That is reminded as the undercurrent. Never at any point, never at any moment, the separation is recognized in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, because that is not the truth. That is not the reality. Even when you think you have not achieved the oneness with the cosmos, even when you think you are not become a realized, enlightened, living Advaita, you are one. The absolute truth is truth even when you practice the truth. Even when you are doing your sadhana. Please understand, this truth need to be remembered. This one thought current need to be understood. This sacred truth need to be realized. This sacred secret need to be revealed to you. It will help you in a big way, even for doing third eye awakening and blindfold reading, which many of you are practicing. Understand? Even when you are practicing, you may not have realized it. You may be only practicing. Even at that time, the truth is absolute. You are living Advaita. You are living the truth. If you think you need to achieve it by your prayer, you are wrong. You only need to remove the obstacles through your prayer. It exists. Nothing new need to be created. It exists. Even when you are practicing third eye, remember one thing. You only need to complete and drop the incompletions happens to you now. Whatever incompletion comes now, drop it. Don't plan to drop the incompletions which may come in the whole future, because incompletions may come in the future itself is an illusion. If you are trying to fight with the illusion, how are you going to win? Drop that illusion directly. Don't try to work into that illusion. The moment you try to work into that illusion, you are gone. It's like you are caught by the trap laid by the enemy. I have seen in some of the press meets, some of the journalists will put the question in such a way, whether you say yes or no, you are trapped. Both the way you are trapped. The moment you engage with that question, you are gone. Over. Same way, the moment you engage with the fear, Incompletions may come. What will I do at that time? Over. You are gone. Whether you have the confidence, I can drop it at that time also, or you have the feeling, I may not be able to drop it at the time. In both the way, you are gone. Even if you say, I can drop at the time also, then immediately one part of your mind say, who knows, how many times we tried, never succeeded. Come on. How do you say, for sure, you will be able to drop in future? You are gone, you are caught in the wrong argument. You want to go for your office, but you are caught in the argument in your house about the lunch, what should be cooked. So you are stuck in the dining table. You will not even go to the office. If you are stuck in the argument in the dining table about your lunch, what you should take in the office. Finally, what lunch? Even for dinner, you will be sitting in the same dining table. You will never go to the office. But because you are stuck in the wrong space, in the wrong argument. Understand this one example, everyone will immediately understand, connect with it. The moment the thought, insecurity about the future incompletions comes up, whether I will be able to handle them in the future or not, the moment that comes up, be informed. The moment that comes up, you are getting into the argument with your spouse, which you are never going to win. Understand? Always you enter into the argument with excitement and vengeance of earlier defeat. That time I lost, not now. Now I have all the arguments prepared, equipped, ready. AK-47, 57, whether it is 47, 57 or 97. Even by getting into the argument, you lost the game. Because the purpose will not be achieved by the argument. Understand? The moment you entertain or cherish the insecurity, will I be able to handle my incompletions comes up in the future. Now I know I can drop it and do the blindfold reading, but will I be able to do the same thing when I go back and try to do demo to my boss? My boss, the very sight is irritating, very presence is agitating. Just like Swamiji has a positive presence, my boss has a negative presence to double the breathing space. Sometimes people tell me, Swamiji, my boss presence is so long, so vast. How the moment we enter the ashram and feel your presence, same way the moment I enter into the parking lot of my office, I can feel my boss presence. You will feel, oh God, in the presence of my boss, all the incompletion comes up. Will I be able to handle? I tell you, the moment you get into engage with this argument, whether you say yes or no, even if you have the confidence, no, I can handle, I'll handle. You are fighting with delusion. And if you think, no, I can't handle, you are losing to the delusion. Whether you fight, whether you win or lose with the delusion, you lost, because the delusion should not be engaged. You should not engage with the delusion. That's the only way you will win the game with the delusion.
Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of remote viewing or Akashic reading is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात् आकाशं विमलं पश्यन् कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, looking at the spotless infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze without blinking continuously and make the body and the inner space steady and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and power of infinite space, Bhairava. Bhagavan beautifully says how even when we pray, we are not less than him or more than him. We become one with him, oneness with him, and simply merge in him. From that space, the whole reality happens. And fighting with the delusion is not going to give us any reality except walking out of it and living as consciousness is the only way out, Bhagavan beautifully says. Again and again, he aligns whichever way he goes. He asks us to align to the space I am Paramashiva. That is the only truth that exists, the original space who you are. Establish that in everything, whether you're praying, whether you're making a decision, whether you're doing some action, everywhere. Establish yourself as Paramashiva who's doing. Bhagavan beautifully says, a lion does not come and say, oh, I am a lion, I'm going to eat you. The minute the presence of the lion comes, it just shakes the jungle. Like how Bhagavan says, the presence of the boss shakes the whole office. The presence of Guru simply is felt in such a beautiful space in the ashram. Same way, the lion space is felt by every animal when the lion just comes there. Bhagavan beautifully says that Sita, when she walks in, even Janaka, her own father, stands up and bows down to her. That is the grace she holds because she does not is in the confusion, but in such a oneness space of Rama that she is not disturbed by anything in the outer world. That space that each of us have, the ultimate grace, the ultimate space of just Advaita, oneness space, which is the original space of us, residing that as our only space makes it happen. That's what Bhagavan says, not that space also, but residing as the only space that we are divine. We don't have to be establishing, we don't have to prove, we don't have to do anything except start living that we are divine. From the space of divine, everything is manifesting through me as I want. When we ground ourselves into one thought current, simply it becomes dharana, becomes samadhi. The intensity of that one thought is what Bhagavan is asking us to establish, that I am Paramashiva. Ground that completely and see in your life how the transformation happens. Even a little transforms so much, and slowly you will become the space of Paramashiva, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. With that, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana for Akashic reading, finding the body marks. Birth of Meenakshi, from the incarnation of Meenakshi, the goddess of the temple. Tiruvilayadal Purana. Birth of Meenakshi. Devi Meenakshi was born to the king Mayadhvaja and Kanchanmala. From the fire ritual that they Putra Kamakshi Yajna that they performed, she was born with 3 breasts and intervened with and said, Akashavani intervened and said that her 3rd breast would disappear the moment she meets her husband. King Malayadwaja Pandya and his wife Kanchanamala of Madurai were childless for many years. The king wanted a successor of his throne, so he performed the Putrakamakshi Yajna. From the fire ritual emerges a daughter who was already 3 years old and her had three breasts. Devastated, the king prays to the Lord at the moment, and the Akashic voice intervened and says that the parents should not tear her treat like a son, should treat like her son, and she meets her husband, she will lose the third breast. From the following follow the advice, the girl grew up, the king's crown her as a successor, and when she meets Shiva, her words come true. She takes her true form of Minakshi, the incarnation of Devi Parvati. Apta Pramanas are the authorities of Hinduism who are the rishis, munis, ganas, nayanamars, alvas, god and goddesses who land on planet Earth as avatars, who are manifesting as Nija Avatara and verifying the truth of science of power manifestation. Let's go to the Atma Pramana, the Akashic records.
There are 27 more files on death to be revealed and read out by Kalabhairava. So for next 27 days, Kalabhairava will read out the sacred secrets of death and informations world need to know about death, and Kalabhairava will now answer and respond to every question related to sacred secrets of life. So be very clear. The words of Mahadeva, which is coming out now, not only as linguistic value, philosophical value, conceptual value, truths based on which your cognizance should be function. It has phonetic value also, should be repeated like a Vedic mantras, chanted repeatedly, so that constantly your cognizance is centered on these great words, truths, and constantly your mind is based on these great words. Next.
The first question is from Jayalakshmi Bernard from Washington DC. Nityanandam, another birth question for Akashic reading. It seems like with the Samyamas, we are here to transcend the body. Don't eat or drink, don't sleep, don't think about sex, don't be bothered about heat, cold, pleasant or unpleasant, etc. Why take a body if we are here to transcend it? Thank you.
Transcending is step for liberation. You took the body out of ignorance and delusion. Now the Samyama is the step to go beyond the depression and delusion. So understand, Samyama is like medication. It is the solution for the problem which you created by feeling that you have the body. You are asking a wrong question. Why to have disease at all when we can take medicine and get out of the disease? There is no answer if you ask why to have disease first, then have medicine and get out of the disease. Because you already fell into the disease, medication is given to you. Because you already fell into the delusion of having a body, the samyama is given to you as medication.
The next question is from Diana Bello from Las Vegas, USA. Nityanandam Swamiji, I have seen thousands of babies come into the world as it was my job in the labor and delivery room. Each baby comes into the world in a different way, some so sweet and peaceful and some so unpeaceful and stressful. I often wondered how their entrance into the world affects the rest of their lives, what they become in life and how they react in life. Birth is the most beautiful miracle of life. Is the birth process going to change in the future, more peaceful? Are the attitudes of doctors going to change towards more peaceful birth? Deepest gratitude.
Time, place, way, mood, awareness of your birth directly affects the way you are going to live. So, the future humanity should become conscious for the truth. Birth is the greatest miracle, and possibly the conscious birth centers, the welcoming, mood-filled welcome centers for the human beings should be established. It is unfortunate human beings never understood the importance of the first moment of a being landing on the planet Earth. Let conscious beings receive the beings consciously into the planet Earth. This is the command of Mahadeva. Mahadeva blesses all the people who are having Nayana Diksha now to be healed from all the wounds and sufferings you carry from the moment of the birth. All the wounds and the sufferings, deep patterns you are carrying due to the wrong birthing style, time, place, persons, way, let all that be completely healed in all of you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let your Manipurakas be healed completely. Let the healed Manipuraka be filled with a pure Kundalini energy. As the place for your soul to reflect, you will be centered only on body and the lust and reproduction. You will not find anything else as bigger experience. Human beings choose usually Mooladhara and Swadhisthana as regular place of reflection. Very few peace lovers make Manipuraga as the reflection spot. When you choose Anahata as a reflection spot, you become a devotee. When you feel and decide Vishuddhi as a reflection spot of the cosmic soul into your individual body, you become Shakta, an high achiever with a Shakti. When you choose your Agnya as a reflective place, the place of reflection for your soul, you live with extraordinary powers as a Siddha Purusha, the embodiment of Shiva. When you reflect your cosmic soul into your individual body on Sahasrara, you live as incarnation, embodiment of the cosmic soul, Mahadeva himself. Mahadeva resides and expresses unique, pure, spiritual dimension in your body. So the body is not possessing the soul, soul only reflects on the body. When it decides not to reflect anymore, the body is considered as dead. When Sahasrara becomes the place of reflection, suddenly a new center develops in your system, which is responsible for the Sahasrara to relate, cooperate, coordinate with the lower level of existence also. That new center is Anandagandha. So, when you experience the reflection on Anandagandha, you directly receive the incarnation's energy, radiate the incarnation's energy, you became part of the incarnation. As you asked in the question, is the life without death is possible? Is the deathless life is possible? Mahadeva very clearly tells you all it is possible. He gives you the science, which is most sacred secret, 7 instructions. Do not eat anything other than these 3 items: goat milk, groundnut, aritaki, and continuously be doing ajapa japa. Let your breathing be completely guided by the ajapa japa. You can choose any mantra initiated by your enlightened Guru. Ajapa japa, this 3 foot, and constantly unclutching. Every night getting into the death meditation, death process. Visualize, face all the death. Do not allow any samskara uncompleted. Death process is nothing but completion of all the samskaras. When you do death process every night, completion of all the samskaras happen. Understand, every instruction when they are imbibed and practice, deathless life is possible. The first instruction, do not eat anything else other than these 3: goat milk, groundnut, haritaki. Second, do ajapa japa. Let your breathing be guided continuously by ajapa japa. Third, every night complete all the samskaras and patterns you built by entering into the death process. Fourth, continuously, whenever you remember, unclutch, unclutch, unclutch. Reduce the time of unawareness and restlessness. Practice the presence of restful awareness. Next, remember these great truths about life and let all the cognizance about life be taken based on this one understanding about life and death.
Testimonial Shakshi Pramana from millions of disciples and devotee initiated by Bhagwan. Here we have the Balasans explaining about Akashic reading.
Nandam, my name is Nandita and I'm a Balasant of Nityananda Gurukul. So today I'm here to share with you all what I felt like when I read Akashic readings and how I felt when I received my Akashic readings. So first I'll tell you all what actually when I went and asked what was my past with Swamiji. So during Sadashivoham once Swamiji had told me that in my past I was with him as a yogini, as a Rudrakanya, and I had served him. Then, okay, I just left it. Then, when I went to the Akashic readings, when I asked Kalbhairav what was my past, so what was revealed to me was the same thing, like exactly what Swamiji told was revealed. Kalbhairav also told that in my past, I had lived 8 births with Swamiji. And so, in each and every birth, Swamiji had evolved me, like, every birth he had just prepared me and my biomemory to be able to manifest all the powers. So, and in one of the births, I was a Rudrakanya and I had served him. I had just lived with Swamiji and served him. And this was the exact thing that Swamiji also revealed to me. Then, after that, Kalabhairav also told that if the whole, my past life will be revealed to me as a vision in my third eye when I just go and hold Anandeshwari's hand. So, when I received the whole Akashic readings, the whole space, normally when I meet a Balasant before, how it feels, but when they sit there and when I go and see them there, the whole space, the oneness or with the way they are connected to Swamiji and the way they reveal, the whole space will be like completely different. I cannot even cognize that, okay, just before a few minutes I met them as a normal person, but now it will be like Swamiji himself sitting there and revealing the whole past to me. And when I read the Akashic readings, especially the whole best time was when I read the past for the Gurukul kids, all the Balasans. That time, the amount of energy or what I felt, I drank 9 half-liter bottles of water just within 15 minutes. Like, I had so much of energy, I didn't know what to do. I was just constantly drinking water. And the whole space, when I see the Akash readings, and when the more and more I get into entanglement, the more the golden letters will appear. And I'll just be able to read it. And the whole space, it'll just be like a vague dream. I'll just remember, okay, I'm connecting in oneness to Swamiji during the puja. Then I'll just sit and people will come and ask, and it'll just be like, okay, a dream where many people came and asked, and I just revealed to them. But afterwards, I'll just feel like so much of energy had just come into my body, and it just went. So that whole space, when I read the Akash readings, the whole experience will be totally different. It'll just be, all I'll remember is, okay, connected to Swamiji and just get into that oneness. Then when people come and ask, there'll be suddenly some joy or some kind of a bliss that will be happening. Then when I just look at Swamiji's deity, that will be there. The golden letters will start appearing in the deity and I'll just keep reading it out. So this whole process of reading the Akash readings will be such a beautiful experience where, and all which we need to do is just tell, okay, Swamiji, just flow through me and reveal it to people. And then simply the letter starts appearing and I'll just read.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science behind Akashic reading. As time exists simultaneously as a dimension of space, all energy or information, energy is nothing but subjective information, is waiting to be decoded depending on the parameters and objects used. To explain this with a simple analogy, electricity is coded energy and is decoded in an object called a light bulb and thus manifests as the light. At a classical level, all information is stored in bits in computer language as a binary of 0 and 1, which is then decoded by the software of the computer. As mentioned earlier, at the quantum level, information is stored as qubits. These qubits of information are present across the entire fabric of the cosmos and represent the entire information held within the cosmos in time and space. Interestingly, at the quantum level, the binary system exists as 0 and 1 separately, but happens simultaneously and concurrently, such that both 0 and 1 exist at the same time. Information regarding past, present, or future of a quantum nature is available, waiting to be decoded, but at the present moment, there exists no technology in science which can work as a true quantum computer and has the software to understand all the information and underlying principles of the cosmos. Biologically, the human brain has been linked to the equivalent of quantum computer. An avatar in the form of being, like Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, is able to access the qubits of information stored across the cosmos as Akashic readings, as he himself is both the software and the hardware, the subject and the object of the quantum universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 3, Akashic Reading, page 90. We will now introduce a video on Retrieve Your Akashic Records by the Avatar himself, Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, on the morning of 29th March 2011 at Biridhi Ashram, Bengaluru, India.
Please understand, any action you do just based on the physical body will leave its wave and the archive in physical layer. All your physical actions get gathered and archived in the physical layer of the cosmos. Understand? Even a small act you do, like a simple eating, gets recorded in your file in the cosmic physical archives. Same way, any small thought crosses your mind, like, I think I should go and lie down and sleep. Even this simple thought gets recorded in your mental layer as a file and stored in the cosmic archives. Anything happened from the beginning in all 7 levels, in all beings, is available alive. Understand? 3000 years before, when you were in the pig body or buffalo body or elephant body or dinosaur body, what you thought on particular day and particular moment can be retrieved without any corruption or mismanagement or alteration. Whole thing is available. If the action which you did is performed from the first layer, it will be available in first layer file. If it is from second layer, it will be available from the second layer file. If it is from third layer of your body, it will be available from third layer of the file. But one important thing is, billions and billions of first layer files are available. Millions and millions of second layer files are available. But only thousands of third layer files are available, because people don't function from second layer and third layer. Understand? So when you go deeper and deeper and deeper, only few thousand or few hundred files are available from the 7th layer actions.
Each individual's DNA holds its personal Akashic records. Science says that the human species has evolved with a 2-stranded DNA, which is found in every cell, which determines the form as well as the potential diseases and skills we can have. Scientists are very clear that what we think is not our original blueprint, because we are able to study only one part of the DNA till now. the other unrevealed part which scientists have not been able to study or logically understand its function. They have labeled as junk DNA or shadow DNA. Scientists are absolutely right when they say there are two parts in the DNA, and one part which they are able to study is responsible for the form and diseases. The other part is what is responsible for our spiritual gifts. I tell you, the other part is what carries all the siddhis and superhuman powers. I can say the part which is already discovered is junk DNA. The part which is not yet discovered, or maybe I can use the word yet to be realized, it is this part that contains information about who you really are on a level of spiritual beingness. It is that part to which I gave the name Jivatma, the individual consciousness, or individual self DNA. It is that part which carries our divine personality. By His Divine Holiness Sri Nityananda Paramashivam.
Setting up to read the Akashic reading for finding out the birthmarks. Camera with timestamp, Jnananjan, pencil and paper, Atmamurti, partner. Explain to the partner step by step what exactly you will be doing. Set up the camera, download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is seen on the screen very vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the partner in a wide angle. The place of the is very well lit and there is no background noise. It is very clear. The sound is. These are Shakti Avishkarana videos. Amazingly record all the details very accurately. Guidelines: turn on the video recording. Apply the Jnananjan on third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Offer the Guru Puja. Ask the partner to write the names and birthmarks and show it on the camera. Scan and write the birthmarks of the names given through the third eye, whatever is revealed through in the Atmamurti in golden letters. Verify what is revealed are the same as the birthmarks and for the names given by the partner and the detail. If it matches exactly, you have manifested the powers. If you are feeling only the Kundalini energy or some of the answers are correct, wonderful, you have started manifesting the power. Celebrate more by sharing the videos with everybody, friends and family. You'll manifest more powers. Verify the video is authentically step by step. All are recorded in the video. And share this video with powerful cognition with your friends and family. Listen to others' experience of these manifestation videos more for entanglement.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand You are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched. By your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because her space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest
the power in all our third eye. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process. Verify that no video editing Shakti Avishkarana Pa manifestation video. Verify video is not stopped or restarted during the process. All videos are verified with a timestamp and wide angle. No clue or hint while manifestation. No Bluetooth or gadget during manifestation. If you'd like to use Garba Aushadha Mandala, please do so. Authentically write the birthmark that you have seen. Match it exactly as it reveals in the third eye in the golden letters on Atmamurti. Do not tamper the data after you know the details during the verification. Do it as authentically as possible to manifest more powers and more deeply. Thank you for participating in the power manifestation of Akashic reading.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of Power Manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnanapaddhati, Nityananda Jnanapaddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham